welcome to my playhouse, and today I want to make a small video on how to put thermal cooling pasta between your CPU and your heatsink. And behind me here I have my computer over here, and some time ago I upgraded the processor and it's an entirely different video, but I hadn't got any cooling pasta at the time, so I ordered some. My favorite internet shopping place, which is AliExpress. It's a Chinese thing, and they send all the good, all the worst, but very, very cheap things from China to you anywhere in the world. And this has a value of $2, and I have cooling pasta here, and it will probably last me a lifetime if they don't get lost. When you buy cooling pasta, it's a good idea to get some cooling pasta that is not electric, that doesn't lead a current, because if you want to put this on a processor and you put just a bit too much on it, it will be slipping out and it might do a short circuit on the components just around your processor. So it's a good idea to find something that is not electrically conductive, and this has a conductancy of low. I don't know if there is one that is like none, but yeah, I'm at my computer right now. I'm actually doing comments on my YouTube channel, so if you have any comments, please write to me. I'm still trying to answer every comment, and if I do answer, please give my comments and your comments the like. I like that button because I use way too much time on this. Let's shut down the machine and put on the cooling pasta. Just do some cleanup in the meanwhile. And the machine is down. Off. I'll just turn off the monitor as well. This machine is very easy to open. It doesn't take any screws. There's just two buttons on the sides of it, and you press those. And this more or less just jumps off. It's a little dusty, so I'm gonna take that off. But then it becomes more complicated down here, because this processor is actually mounted with screws. You can see there's a screw there, and one there, and one there, and one there. So I'll have to get a screwdriver that can handle that. And the screwdriver has been found. This is a Torx, and it's size number 15. I'm just gonna go the back here, and I'm gonna unplug the power as well, so that nothing weird happens. And there's a little light diode down here. Can we see that? It's down there. It's still lighting up. There, it went out. So now I think it's safe to remove this. And I'm gonna loosen one. And I'm gonna loosen the one just on the other way of it. Opposite side, there. And I'm gonna loosen this one a couple of turns, or one turn probably, and this one, 2 turns, and there is some of the old cooling pasta on here, which is probably not very good anymore. So I'm gonna get something to get rid of that. I found some acetone. I'm gonna try if that's any good. Have no idea. So, and I have some paper. I'm gonna put some acetone on the paper, and I'm gonna try on the heatsink, because that's, yeah, it's coming off rather nicely indeed. I don't know if it's the acetone on the paper that's doing it, but it's coming off, and that's the important part. Cool. And we'll do the processor. I think in this case it will be easier to bring the processor up. So I'm gonna unmount the processor, but I'm gonna make sure the paper is ready. And we'll dry off the processor. I'm not sure that the acetone is doing anything here, but it might. And I want this to be nice and clean. And I think I will need another piece of paper. And I'm careful not to touch the surface beneath the processor. I don't want the fat on my fingers to come on there. Yeah, now this looks rather nice, and we can just see the processor. It's an old one. It's a dual core 3.16 gigahertz, and it's an E8500. Let's put it back. Let's make sure that it's in the right. Something like that. Back there. And now that I have another piece of paper, I'll just polish this off as well. Let's get an even better finish. Was a bit dusty too. This is a very small processing cooling device, and it's because it's not a gaming machine, this is an office machine. And now we're gonna put on some of the thermal cooling pasta thing. Primary use, thermal coupling for electrical devices to heatsink. Special purpose, yeah. And I'm gonna open it, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the paper to check how it comes out of the tube. There we are. Okay, that's good. And we're just gonna put some down on the processor. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm just gonna put some small dabs on it. Should be it. I'm putting the lid back on this. So the syringe was like trying to drip a little bit, so I pulled it back a little bit so that the leftover was sucked back in, and I put the lid back on, and it goes this way. Sadly enough, we can't really see how it looks down there now. And then I need the screwdriver, and then I'm gonna put my fingers. Are we in framing? We're not really that good in framing. When you tighten down the processor, it's important to get it evenly. So I want it just to grab on there, and this one I'm turning it the wrong direction, and it says click, and I'm just giving it half a turn. There, and half a turn, and half a turn. So now I'm gonna go this way, give this a turn, turn. This one, turn, and this one, one turn, and this one a turn. And then we're gonna start over here again. Give this one a turn. And this is to have the processor come down evenly. Now this is a very cheap office computer, so it's not that important if this breaks, because it's not worth a lot. But if you've got a brand new processor, top of the line, it's really irritating to break it. Okay, and there's a stop now, so now I'm just fastening the processor all it can take. There we are. Gonna put this one back on. This makes sure that the air around the processor is right. Yeah. Doesn't fit very well. Oh, no. There it is. That's cool. And we're gonna put the cover back on. Like that. Connect power. There. And boot my computer again. And the computer boots up, and I just need to clean everything and I'll be good to go. That's how easy it is to put thermal pasta between your CPU or processor and the heatsink in your computer. And you need a heatsink in the computer, otherwise it won't be working very long. This thermal pasta is really not very expensive. If you go into the wrong shop, you might be able to pay too much for it. If you order it from China, it costs next to nothing. I paid about, I think, $1 or $1.50 per syringe of these. I bought two, I don't know why. I think I bought one to have here at my PlayHouse, and I bought one to have back at my apartment or something like that. It's always good to have an extra, because this might be one of those magical things that are always gone and you can't find them. Just like tape. Tape is another magical thing. It's never around. Well, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, a good thumbing. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.